first guest coming to the stage. A super funny guy. You may have heard him on XM radio. Give it up for Scott McMann.
Woo! Woo! I'll let you know, in case you've already guessed, I dressed myself. I say that only because my wife wasn't around, I had to go to the show, and I'm colorblind, so I hope it all goes together. It's a weird disability being colorblind. I mean, officially it's not a disability, but I think if I can wire your house incorrectly and it can burn to the ground, it's kind of a disability. But it is the only disability that people challenge, because as soon as you tell people, they're like, colorblind? What color is that? Who the fuck does that? Fucking assholes do that. Are those same people walking around all day like, hey, you're totally blind. You can't see at all. Catch this knife. I don't know if we've got people with kids. If you've got kids, you're planning on having kids, if you could do us all a big favor in the world, if you could teach your kids when they are kids how to play card games, because you can't teach adults how to play card games, because the rules are stupid. The rules just sound like they're made up by kids. More importantly, kids that were losing. And it doesn't even matter the game. You can take the simplest game, like blackjack, 21. What's the highest card in the deck? Ace. What's the lowest card in the deck? Ace. Fuck off. How's that even possible? That's like saying, hey, I live in a mansion. Cool, where? Cornwall. Just because it doesn't have wheels doesn't make it a mansion, buddy. Just before Christmas, my wife and I celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary. Yeah. It's a weird number to me, 30 years, right? It's 3 decades. That's a hard number to wrap my head around. For young people, that's like 15 cell phone contracts, right? And you say the same thing after both after a year. Fuck, I hate this model. I really want the new one from Asia. What? But it is, I have trouble wrapping my head around 30 years, right? 30 years! And then I think about how many times I've been in HomeSense and I'm like, yeah, that adds up. I don't get that store. I don't understand that store. I don't even know why guys are in that store. The only reason a guy should be in that store is because it followed in something it's fucking. That's it. Right? Because I can't be the only person walking around that store wondering how this stuff got here. I can't even understand what a factory tour would look like. Hey, welcome to the HomeSense factory tour. This is Jim. He's a master carpenter. He's going to make a cabinet. And then he's going to give it to Dave, and Dave's going to push it down a set of stairs. And then Ralph's going to paint it like he's an epileptic. Rustic. And that's when you spend time in that store and you start to understand from a woman's standpoint how important baskets are. Wood baskets, metal baskets, canvas baskets, baskets made of baskets. I was in HomeSense about a month ago with my wife, and she said, what do you think of this basket? And I said, I don't know, what are we going to put in it? She said, what about the golden apples from aisle 3? Wait, we don't even own shit you want to put in that? When you spend enough time in that store, your brain goes soft, right? I'll catch myself stopping in the middle of an aisle like, hey. You know what the kitchen could use? The big giant letter Q. I hope to God that thing lights up. Oh my God, as I said, 30 years of marriage, I got 3 kids. My middle, Audrey, just graduated last year from the Kelowna campus of the UBC in British Columbia with a double major in fine art and psychology. Yeah. So I have no idea what kind of restaurant she's going to work at. I gotta get going. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys.
Scott McMann, ladies and gentlemen.